That leaves just me. All right, then. Here we go. Welcome to Academic Challenge. My name is Jim Gifford, your host and moderator. Today we are featuring the teams from Coloma and Berrien Springs. WSCM's Academic Challenge features scholastic competition involving high schools from Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren counties. Academic Challenge sponsored by Southwestern Michigan College, Lake Michigan College, Western Michigan University Southwest, and by Chemical Bank. Let's meet the teams first, and we'll start with Berrien Springs. Just step up to the mic and identify yourselves.
I am Corey Buchholz.
Mari Henderson.
Camden Roth.
Christian Billman.
And your captain is?
Camden.
And who is your coach, Camden?
Ginger Shum.
Into the mic.
Virginia Shum.
And from Coloma?
Patrick Sheehan.
Melina Wilcox.
Connor J. Rockhill.
Mary Corbett.
Mary, you're the captain?
Yes.
And your coach is?
Our co-coaches are Terry Sheehan and Sarah Glisson.
Very nice. Here's the basic rules. During the first and second halves, we'll announce the value of each question before it's asked. When you press your button, please wait to be recognized. There is no consultation allowed in this round. There will be in the 60-second round at halftime. I'll be your scorekeeper and judge, co-judge, if you will, and Bill Klein here will be asking questions tonight. So is everybody ready? Bill, it is all yours.
Okay, for 5 points. They carried emperors to heaven on their backs. One emerged from the Yellow River to reveal the yin-yang symbol. An emperor prospered while he fed on them. Name this wise imperial beast of Chinese mythology.
Christian, Berrien Springs.
The dragon. That is a correct answer. For 20 points, this is a math question. Between the factorials of what two numbers is 1 million? Little extra time here for math questions.
That's time.
The answer is 9 and 10. And then there's a whole bunch of other things here that I'm not going to go into. For 20 points, two generals who led Union troops in the Civil War contributed words which are in common use in the English language today in the form of their names. Name the generals and the words.
Time.
First one was Ambrose Burnside at Antietam for sideburns. And the other one was Joseph Hooker, and you probably know what he did with his troops. For 5 points, England was caught up in two revolutions during the latter part of the 18th century. One was the American Revolution. The other was a more subtle domestic revolution. What was this change which transformed England and the Western world?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
The Industrial Revolution.
That is a correct answer.
How many points?
5 points. For 15 points, in radio jargon, MOR means middle of the road. What does AOR mean?
Mari, Berrien Springs.
Adjacent of the road.
Incorrect. Goes to Coloma. This is your question. Now you have a chance to answer the question.
Time.
It's album-orientated rock. For 5 points. You guys.
Yeah.
For 5 points. How do you spell vigilance?
Mary, Coloma.
Vigilance.
That is a correct answer for 5 points. For 5 more points, what 4 words are stamped on a document to be read only by the person to whom it's sent? Hint, it is also a James Bond film.
Camden, Berrien Springs.
To whom it may concern.
Incorrect answer. Coloma, your chance to answer the question.
Mary, Coloma.
For your eyes only.
That is a correct answer.
How many points?
5 points. Another 5-point question. The Great Barrier Reef is in Australia. The Great Rift Valley in Africa and the Great Salt Lake in Utah. In what nation are the Great Bear and Great Slave Lakes?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
Russia.
Incorrect. Coloma, your chance.
Mary, Coloma.
The Ukraine.
Incorrect. Canada. For 15 points, a Texas family has given two words to the English language. Samuel Maverick contributed Maverick, originally meaning an unbranded animal, now meaning a nonconformist. Samuel's grandson, Maury Maverick, a congressman, contributed a word meaning pompous, wordy, and complex talk or writing. What's the word?
Time.
Key there was it was a congressman. Gobbledygook. For 20 points, what was the first American novel to become popular in a foreign country? Concerned with the American Revolution, its author was James Fenimore Cooper.
Time.
It was The Spy in 1821. For 5 points, the Act of Union, which was passed in 1707, united England and Wales with what other country to form Great Britain?
Christian, Berrien Springs.
Scotland.
That is correct.
For
For
5.
5 points. Another 5-point question. This is a multiple choice. Though exemplary in conduct, the biblical Joseph learned the power of a woman scorned when A, his betrothed was sent into exile, B, he was forced to lie with a diseased harlot, C, he was made a eunuch, D, he was arrested on the trumped-up charge of adultery.
That would be D.
That was Connor from Coloma. And yes, go.
D.
That is a correct answer.
How
For
many?
5 points. For 20 points, who was the first president of the United States to be barred from seeking a third term by constitutional provision?
Mari, Berrien Springs.
Truman.
Incorrect. Incorrect. Coloma? Did somebody buzz in from Coloma?
I don't think so. No, that was me.
Oh.
Connor, Coloma.
Eisenhower.
That is a correct answer.
How many points?
For 20 points.
Wow.
This is a math question for 10 points. The angle subtended at the center by the side of a regular octagon inscribed in a circle is what?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
45 degrees.
That is correct.
How many?
For 10 points. For 20 points, it's the best soil for agricultural and horticultural use, containing enough clay and humus for the retention of water and for the provision of plant food. Identify this soil, which is halfway between clay and sandy soil.
Camden, Berrien Springs.
Loam.
That is a correct answer for 20 points. Another 20 points. Many kings named Charles have reigned over France. Which one was the last king of any name to rule France?
Connor, Coloma.
Napoleon.
Incorrect. Berrien Springs?
Christian, Berrien Springs.
Charles the 16th.
Close. Charles the 10th. How can you keep track of all those guys? For 5 points, he was the first governor of the state of Massachusetts and the president of the Second Continental Congress. His ship Liberty was charged with smuggling. The British were seeking him when they marched to Lexington and Concord. Who was he?
Mari, Berrien Springs.
Hamilton.
Incorrect. Coloma?
Mary, Coloma.
Jefferson.
John Hancock. For 20 points, if I mentioned ribbon, dynamic, and condenser, what would I be discussing?
Christian, Berrien Springs.
An air conditioning unit.
Incorrect. Coloma?
Reset.
Reset.
Sorry. Time.
Microphones. For 15 points, name the musical show whose cast included Rod Steiger, James Whitmore, Gloria Graham, Shirley Jones, and Gordon McRae.
Time.
Jim should sing this for us.
I won't.
Oklahoma. For 20 points, the 4 species are called Baird's, Mountain, Brazilian, and Malayan. Name this relative of the horse and rhinoceros.
Camden, Berrien Springs.
Gazelle.
Incorrect. Coloma?
Mary, Coloma.
Antelope.
Incorrect. It was a tapir. For 10 points, in Chinese legend, some animals showed up when Buddha summoned all of the animals of the world to appear before him on New Year's Day. So Buddha rewarded each of these creatures with a year of its own on a rotating basis. How many animals were so rewarded?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
13.
Incorrect. Coloma?
12.
Patrick, Coloma.
12.
That is correct.
How many points? 10?
10 points. For 15 points,
You're the
5.
last one in this round.
This is
Bill.
the last one in this round? Okay. For 15 points, 5 of the first 7 U.S. presidents served 8 consecutive years in office. Name them all. Five of the first 7.
Time.
Washington, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, and Jackson.
All right, then. That is the end of the first half of today's academic challenge. We'll be back with the score in the 62nd round after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Okay. Now, we don't have any little placards for you guys, but the speed round topics, you might want to write these down. At least your captain.
I'll announce them here, too.
right.
So,
Our famous pears, fruits, and B and B.
I've got us tied at 45 at the end of
Right?
the first
Okay,
round.
so you got to flip a coin. Somewhere in this.
I'm thinking so, yeah.
Is that good?
Okay. The scores are tied, so
Oh, wow.
Hang on a second. Let me make sure that our guys are ready to roll here. Okay, we're still cooking.
okay.
All right,
I figured if it
let me
wasn't
bring us
2 minute
back here then, all right?
Okay.
And then we'll do that. All right. Everybody ready to come back? Here we go. At the end of the first half, the score is Berrien Springs 45, Coloma 45. Which brings us now to the 62nd round, and teams, you will have 3 categories to choose from. We'll give you 60 seconds to answer as many of the 10 questions as you can. Each is worth 10 points. There'll be a 20-point bonus if you answer all 10 within the time limit. You're encouraged to consult with one another at this point. The answers must come from the team captain. After the minute is up, the opposing team will have a chance to answer any questions the first team could not answer. Now, normally, whoever was trailing at this point would go first, but since we do have a tie, we're going to flip a coin here. And we'll allow Berrien Springs to make to call it heads or tails.
Yeah, they got the first question right of the match. So call it in the air, Captain Camden.
Captain
Okay.
Camden.
Tails.
It is tails.
It is tails. You will go first. Bill, what were the 3 categories that they have to choose from?
Famous pears, fruit, and that's pears, P-A-I-R-S, not famous pears, fruits, and B.
We're gonna go with famous pears.
Famous pears. Berrien Springs, you'll have 60 seconds once Bill begins reading.
And Coloma, you will have a chance to answer any that they miss or pass on. All right. Identify the following famous pairs. The 1960s singing duo that had hits with Mrs. Robinson and the Sounds of Silence.
Sonny and Cher.
Incorrect. American pair who led the 1804 expedition from St. Louis to the Pacific.
Lewis and Clark.
Correct. The 2 Washington Post reporters who broke the Watergate story and wrote All the President's Men.
Pass.
The pair whose printing firm published over 7,000 lithographs depicting 19th century American life.
Pass.
The 2 great American circus showmen who merged with the Ringling Brothers.
Barnum and Bailey.
Correct. The composer-lyricist team that wrote the musicals Carousel and The King and I.
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Correct. The 2 French explorers who in 1673 explored the upper Mississippi region and paved the way for La Salle's voyage.
Pass.
The 2 young Shakespearean lovers from the Montague and Capulet families.
Romeo and Juliet.
Correct.
And that's time. 4 correct?
4 correct. Okay.
Total of 40 points.
40 points. And now, Coloma, you get a chance to identify or answer any of the ones that were missed or passed.
60 seconds on the clock here.
60 seconds.
All right.
The 1960s singing duo that had hits with Mrs. Robinson and the Sounds of Silence.
Simon and Garfunkel.
That is correct. The 2 Washington Post reporters who broke the Watergate story and wrote All the President's Men.
Woodward and Bernstein.
That is correct. The pair whose printing firm published over 7,000 lithographs depicting 19th century American life.
Pass. We don't know.
It's Currier and Ives. The 2 French explorers who in 1673 explored the upper Mississippi region and paved the way for La Salle's voyage.
Pass.
That's Marquette and Joliet.
Is that it?
So they got two,
All right, well,
20
they got
points.
2 for 20.
Okay, and they have now the 2 remaining categories, fruits and B&B.
We are going to take fruits.
All right. Are we ready?
And the clock is ticking.
The nectarine is a variety or mutation of what fruit?
Tangerine.
Incorrect. What fruit contains white meat and milk?
Coconuts.
Correct. A cluster or hand of this fruit is made up of fingers.
Bananas.
Correct. What type of fruit is named after the Chinese foreman named Ah Bing?
Mandarins.
Incorrect. What fruit has the same name as a flightless bird?
Dodo.
Incorrect. What term describes dried grapes?
Raisins.
Correct. What fruit is associated with the name Steve Jobs?
Apple.
Term for the outer colored part of the peel of a citrus fruit.
Rind.
Incorrect.
And that's time.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 correct for 40 points. Berrien Springs, now you can pick up. Are you ready? All right.
Ready.
The nectarine is a variety or mutation of what fruit?
Peach.
Correct. What type of fruit is named after a Chinese foreman named Ah Bing?
Dragon fruit.
A Bing cherry. What fruit has the same name as a flightless bird?
Kiwi.
Correct. The term for the outer colored part of the peel of a citrus fruit.
Zest.
That's correct. So they got 30. 30 points for Berrien Springs, 40 for Coloma.
All right.
Take a break. And guys
Well.
can get ready to do their updates, right?
Yeah. So we now have, at this point, a total of, what do we have there, 30 on that last one?
Yeah, 30 for Berrien Springs and 40 for Coloma.
Okay. That ends the 62nd round. We'll check the scores and conclude the game next here on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Oh, but no, I thought of Career Knives right after our time. And I'm like, no, it's Career Knives.
We're good? All right, folks, here we go. The score at the end of the 62nd round is Coloma 105, Berrien Springs 115. Time now to find out a little bit about what's happening at each of our participating schools. Let's start with Coloma and the captain, Mary. Tell us a little bit about Coloma schools, Mary.
Well, Coloma is currently starting off its second semester, and all the students are coming in eagerly, ready to finish out the school year strong. Our winter sports are in full swing. We have had the Mr. and Miss Coloma pageants. We've had several winners from our school. Connor Rockhill won Mr. Coloma, and Bridget O'Brien won Miss Coloma. And thanks to a very generous grant passed by our community, our school is undergoing some major renovations that will hopefully start to be concluded at the high school by the end of the spring. So it'll be a completely revamped, retooled school.
Wow. Very nice. Cool. And now with everything you always wanted to know about Berrien Springs, here is Captain Camden.
And I am going to defer to Mari.
And we're going to defer to Mari. Didn't know you could do that, but nice touch.
Captains can do whatever they want.
Mari?
It's like royalty, right?
What do we know?
Greetings from Berrien Springs High School. We are in the process of wrapping up the first semester with final exams this week and are looking forward to the second half of the school year. Boys and girls basketball, wrestling, and competitive cheer are in full swing. We'd like to say congratulations to our competitive cheer team for their second place finish at the Coloma competitive cheer meet held on January 20th. Come and join our ladies as they host the Rock the House Cheer Invitational to be held on Wednesday, January 29th at 5 p.m. We would like to say well done to our varsity wrestling team for winning the Shamrock Wrestling Invitational held on January 4th. The wrestling team will compete Saturday, February 1st at Dowagiac High School beginning at 9. Congratulations to Ivy Ochang and Kayla Dos Santos for their first place finish at Biomedical Ethic at this year's Health Occupation Students of America regional competition. Ivy and Kayla will have the opportunity to compete at the state level in April at the Grand Traverse Resort. Congratulations to the 15 Business Professionals of America team members who qualified for the state competition by placing at this year's regional competition held on January 10th, including our very own team member, Mari Henderson, who received first place in both of her events. Congratulations, Mari.
Good going.
Congratulations to the Shamrock Quiz Bowl team for qualifying for state competition at last night's Allegan League meet held at Fenville High School. On February 17th, Berrien Springs High School will host the Fine Arts Festival concert beginning at 6 p.m. We'd also like to congratulate Captain Camden Roth for attending the MSVMA State Honors Choir this past weekend. And as we wrap up, we would like to say thanks to the radio stations of WSJM AM 1400 and FM 94.9, Lake Michigan College, Southwestern Michigan College, Western Michigan University Southwest, and Chemical Bank for sponsoring this event.
Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you.
And
Very
we
nice.
have one substitution before we wrap up with the second half here. And your name is?
Joseph.
Joseph joins us from the Berrien Springs team.
Speak right into that, Mike.
So there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Bill Klein.
Christian's going to attend all those ladies' sports activities, though.
Okay.
Supports all the women at Berry.
I don't know what that means exactly, but guess we'll leave that
No,
up
we
to
all know what
leave
it is.
leave that up to individual interpretation. Let's begin the second half of today's academic challenge between Coloma and Berrien Springs. Bill?
For 10 points, John Ruskin wrote about a number of lamps of architecture. Aeschylus about some men against Thebes. T.E. Lawrence about pillars of wisdom. What number opens each of these titles?
Mary, Coloma.
7.
That is correct. For 10 points. For 15 points, a math question. How much will $100,000 at 8% annual interest compounded yearly grow to in 2 years?
That's time.
Oh, come on. I can't believe these guys didn't get that. $116,640.
Got to understand, Bill, they're working with pencils. They don't even know what their
Pencils.
They don't even know what a
That's
pencil
true.
is.
For 20 points, name the first U.S. president to be a proud, card-carrying member of an important union. Indeed, the former head of what is now an AFL-CIO affiliate.
Connor, Coloma.
Ronald Reagan.
That is a correct answer for 20 points. Do you know what the name of the union was?
It was the Actors.
Screen Actors Guild. That's
Yeah,
very
Screen
good.
Actors Guild.
For 20 points, during World War II, the shipment of defective parts caused the death of many American flyers. The manufacturer of the parts is exonerated, but his partner serves a prison term. This is the story behind which of Arthur Miller's plays?
Time.
All My Sons. For 10 points, all birds have wings. Sparrows are birds. Therefore, sparrows have wings. What type of reasoning is this called?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
A syllogism.
That is correct answer.
10.
10 points. For 20 points, what do we call the type of shirt cuffs that use cufflinks?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
French.
That is a correct answer for 20 points. For 15 points, let's say you go into a drugstore and buy a product, something most of us use every day, which is composed mainly of aluminum chlorhydroxide. What is the common name of your purchase?
Time.
It's deodorant.
Maybe
Maybe that's the problem, Christian. For 20 points, what classic work became the guide for the development of the German Navy? You can give us the name or the author.
Time. Camden, Berrien Springs.
Sun Tzu.
I'm sorry?
Sun Tzu, The Art of War.
No, that's incorrect. Coloma?
Clear.
Reset.
Reset the buzzer.
Oh, sorry. Connor, Coloma.
The Odyssey?
Good guess. That is an excellent guess. It's incorrect, but it's a great guess. Yeah, The Influence of Sea Power on History by Mahan. Yeah, okay. For 5 points, what simple musical instrument found in an orchestra's percussion section has the same name as that of a geometrical figure?
The triangle.
Patrick, Coloma.
The triangle.
That is a correct answer.
How
For
many?
5 points. For 10 points, what is the term for stagnant or slow-moving water occupying the abandoned part of a stream channel? Louisiana is especially well known for these features.
Molina, Coloma.
Bayou.
That is a correct answer for 10 points. For another 10 points, images formed by what are virtual, upright, left, right, reversed, the same distance from the surface as the object's distance, and the same size as the object?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
Mirror.
We need more specific answer.
A convex mirror.
Incorrect. Coloma?
Connor, Coloma.
A concave mirror?
Incorrect. It's a prompt mirror or plane mirror. So that's what they have here. Multiple choice question. For 15 points, which of the following weighs the most? A, 50 grams of feathers. B, 1 cubic centimeter of mercury. C, 1 pound of cotton. D, 600,000 milligrams of sulfur. Or E, 12 ounces of lead.
Camden, Berrien Springs.
1 pound of cotton.
Incorrect. Coloma.
Mary, Coloma.
The lead.
Incorrect. It's the 600,000 milligrams of sulfur.
100,000. You said 600.
Did I say 600? It's 600,000, I thought I said.
He said 600,000.
For 5 points, can you identify the coastal city located north of Tijuana and southeast of Los Angeles?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
Baja.
Incorrect. Coloma?
Time.
San Diego. This is a multiple choice question for 10 points. Which of these words is an antonym of voracious? Rapacious? Abstemious? Wasted? Untruthful? Or loving?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
Abstemious.
That's correct. For 10 points. For 5 points. From the days of Henry VII to the 20th century, the Board of Admiralty was an important British government agency. What activities did it oversee?
Camden, Berrien Springs.
The Navy.
That's a correct answer for 5 points. For 10 points, what 18th century French chemist was the first to give an accurate scientific explanation of the mysteries of fire?
Time. Camden, Berrien Springs.
Charles de Gaulle.
Incorrect. Coloma? Anybody got a guess for this one?
Time.
Antoine Lavoisier. Yeah. Yeah, good guy.
This very likely will be the last question.
For 15 points, identify the ethnic heritage of Presidents Martin Van Buren, Theodore Roosevelt, and Franklin Roosevelt.
Connor, Coloma.
Dutch.
That is a correct answer for 15 points.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it. That's the end of today's academic challenge match. We will tabulate the scores and announce the winners after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
I just figured that would be.
Okay. Guys, good games.
All right, I'm just going to do a quick wrap up, and then you guys will be free to go. And here we go. We are back on WSJM's Academic Challenge to announce today's winner and to thank our sponsors. The winners, by a score of 165 to 160, the team from Coloma. Congratulations, Coloma. Thank you all for joining us on WSJM's Academic Challenge, brought to you by Southwestern Michigan College, Lake Michigan College, Western Michigan University Southwest, and by Chemical Bank. We invite you to join us again next week at this same time as New Buffalo and Countryside Academy go head-to-head on Academic Challenge.
Good job.
Ta-da!